everybody, my name is Luis Chavez. I'm the owner of Creative Roofing Marketing, and today I'm going to show you how you can get the best keywords for your roofing website. You know, having the right keywords on your website is so critical for you to be able to get the best traffic and the best results for your roofing business. This is such a foundational piece because if you have the wrong keywords on your website and nobody's searching for them, or they're too difficult, or they're not trending, then you're gonna lose a lot of money. So today I'm gonna show you step by step what's one way that you can get some of the best keywords for your website. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this template that I have, and I'll be sharing that with you in the description below. On that, you're gonna be able to see the keyword prompt that I'm gonna put on gemini.google.com. This is the AI that I typically like to use, so that way I can get a list of the different roofing keywords that I want to show up for. So I'm asking it to create the top 100 best keywords for me. I'm also gonna add that you're a roofing contractor. I'm gonna put here, I am a roofing contractor. So now let's see what it comes up with. So here we go. So now it's giving us a full list of different keywords that we can actually use. So I'm going to go ahead and take this list, and I'm going to copy and paste it onto a different program. This is a paid program that we have, but you could get a free version for 7 days. So you could sign up for a 7-day trial, and you'll be able to get a lot of great access to this tool. It's called SEM Rush. And what you want to do is you want to go over here where it says keyword overview, and then click on bulk analysis. And now we're going to go ahead and copy and paste the keywords. The only thing that we're going to remove from this list is certain things that don't really apply. So like, for example, this one doesn't really apply. So let's go ahead and remove that one. There's a couple other ones that probably don't apply. Like all these that say your city, we want to get rid of those because there's so many variations. Although I do recommend that you have, like, for example, roof repair, your city plus all your surrounding cities, because that's going to help you. I'm also going to get rid of this one that says related services. And let's see, these that say long tail keywords, I'm going to get rid of that. And then this one that says questions, because that's not a keyword, that's just a heading. And I'm going to get rid of that one as well. So now we're left with about 92 keywords that we could potentially use. I'm going to get rid of this one too. Okay, so now we have a decent amount of keywords that we could potentially go after. So now I'm going to click analyze, and it's going to check and see how much volume, the trend, the keyword difficulty. It's going to see if there's an intent. Like, what kind of intent does the keyword have? Typically, there's 4 different types of intents. You have intent, informational, commercial, transactional, and navigational. The best one typically is transactional because it has a high intention to buy. The next one would probably be commercial. And then information about navigational are kind of like, they don't have an intention for the user to purchase. It's just how to navigate to a certain place, or information if they're just trying to get information. So now we have our keyword list, and we want to export it, and we want to export it as a CSV. Let's go ahead and open that up, and I'm going to show you some of the columns that we're going to want to remove from that list, because we're not going to want everything that's that it was given to us. So here we go. This is our new list, and there's a lot of junk in here that we don't want to keep, but we do want to keep some information. The trend, we want to get rid of that. We also want to get rid of cost per click, and the SERP features, we want to get rid of that. So now we're left with 3 columns: keyword difficulty, volume, the keyword, and the intent. But we actually don't want the volume either, because that's going to come later, and you'll see why. So here we have the 3 columns that we want to keep. So if we go over here to this, then we're going to want to go ahead and copy this list. And then we're going to take this list and we're going to put it over here where it says keyword planner. Now to get over here, you're supposed to have an account with Google Ads. If you spend at least $2 a day with them, they'll give you more access to specific data. If not, then the information is going to be kind of limited. But it is a free tool to use as long as you're spending a little bit of money with them. So if we go here where it says keyword planner, let's go ahead and go back to tools. Now typically I go here where it says discover new keywords, but in this scenario we're actually going to go to this one because it's going to allow me to copy and paste the keywords that we have. And so let's go ahead and click on get started. And now it's giving us information for the entire United States. But I'm not interested in the entire United States because let's say, for example, you probably don't serve the entire United States. So let's say, for example, you serve, I don't know, let's say Denver, Colorado. Let's say you're in Denver, Colorado, for example. So let's go ahead and click include. Let's include this whole area, and that's maybe the service area that you service. Let's go ahead and remove the entire United States, and now we're just going to focus on the keywords that are being searched in this particular area. So here's our list. So now we want to make sure that we download this list. We're going to click here, the download button, and you want to click on this CSV where it says plan historical metrics. And we're going to now try to combine our original list from semrush.com, and we're going to try to combine it with this search data because it's going to allow us to get more granular with the specific area within the Denver, Colorado area. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and open this up. And once again, we have a lot of junk, a lot of stuff that we really don't need. So let's go ahead and we're only going to keep really 2 columns. I'm only interested in 2 columns. And these are the 2 columns that I'm interested: the actual keyword and what is it that they're searching for, and how often and how much. So let's go ahead and copy this keywords and the data. And then we're going to go back to our original and we're going to put it in here. We're going to go ahead and paste it. Now here, let's see, it has to match. So I actually put it in the wrong cell. So I'm going to go ahead and recopy it and paste it. Here we go. There it is. Now, if you're lucky, everything's going to match. Everything's going to match. And the way you want to have an exact copy of your keywords, but sometimes it's not an exact match. Sometimes it's off. But the way you're going to know if it's an exact match of your SEM Rush keywords and your Google Keyword Planner keywords is you have to put in this formula. So we're going to put A2 and D2 need to match. And it says here it's not, because it's slightly different. Do you see that? And they have to match. They have to match. So now it's true. Let's go ahead and see if we get something that matches like that. Everything is true, okay, which is great. But sometimes we have something like this. Let's say, for example, roofing placement. And then over here you have like roofing contractor or something. And it's very different. So it's going to say false. So what you normally have to do in that scenario, because I know it's going to happen, because I've seen it happen tons of times with other projects that we've done. In this scenario, we got really lucky that everything matched perfectly. But the moment it's off, then everything else is going to be off. And that's going to present a problem. So I'm going to show you how to fix that right now. If your SEM Rush list doesn't match your Google Keyword Planner list, then that means you got to get rid of this keyword. We're going to have to get rid of it. So let's go ahead and the reason it's probably not, you're going to have to get rid of it is because you're going to wind up going with this list anyway. So let's go ahead and get rid of it here. And chances are the reason Google Keyword Planner didn't include it was because it saw that it was a duplicate and it was already listed. But if we go ahead and get rid of it and then just delete, then we would shift the cells up, and then we're gonna run the exact match again. And now it's telling us, hey, you know what? It's still not matching. So we're gonna have to shift the cells up as well. Let's go ahead and run it. And so you keep doing that until everything is true. Everything has to be like matching. And you have to remove keywords until everything matches. Now in this scenario, we got everything to match. So we're good with that. So now let's go ahead and get rid of these two columns because we don't need them anymore. This is your volume. And then we're gonna take these keywords over here. Actually, let's grab it from here because I think this is like it doesn't give us the keyword difficulty. And it already has low volume searches anyway, so we probably don't even want it. So let's go ahead and grab all that. This is all our data. We're gonna copy it. I press Control-C. That's the keyboard shortcut for copying. And this is our original. And now I'm gonna highlight these 4 cells and I'm gonna paste it. And I'm only gonna paste the values. Value only, and it's gonna be a paste special. So now we have a more complete list. You could imagine the amount of time that it would have taken to manually put all this data in. It would have been very difficult. But you want to look at the intent, the keyword difficulty, the monthly searches, and we also want to analyze the trend. You could put the trend to be anywhere between 1 and 10. So we want to go back to this, and you want to kind of see, is there anything that kind of like where the trend is off? So for example, the cedar shake roofing, you can see the spikes right here. So maybe we could put the trend as being like lower for that one. This one as well, this one's like a declining trend. This one's a declining trend as well. It looks like maybe it gets really busy during the winter, but then it's not an issue anymore. And so we want to give more value to the keywords that have a more consistent trend, or maybe like a growing trend. So for example, let's take this one, for example, affordable roofing. That one's consistent. Let's look at some other one. This commercial roofing, that's very consistent. So you want to change that. So in this case, let's take a cedar shake. And right here where it says trend, I'm gonna put probably like a 2, because we saw that it's like lower. The other thing that we want to take into consideration is how much value is this keyword for you. So let's take, for example, like a roof inspection. You're probably not going to make a lot of money off of a roof inspection. So we'll probably put that as a maybe 2. But let's say, for example, commercial roofing, that keyword, you know, that job might be worth $50,000, $70,000 for you. So we're going to classify that keyword as probably like a 10, assuming that you do commercial roofing. And so we want to place way more value on the keywords that are going to make you the most money. The same thing with, like, let's say, for example, installation. Roofing installation would probably get maybe like an 8, because that keyword is worth a lot more than a roof inspection or roof certification or something like that. So you want to place different values depending on the keyword and how much money you could potentially make off of that keyword. So now if you take into consideration your intent, your monthly searches, the keyword difficulty, the trend, and how much value that keyword is for you, we're going to want to prioritize which keywords we probably want to go after first. So the way you could filter this, if you right click here on this column and then sort it from Z to A, then it's going to tell us these are the keywords that we recommend that you probably should go after first. You see, the higher the number, then it's going to take into consideration all these things: the keyword difficulty, the monthly searches, the trend, how much value that keyword has. So if you look at that, now you got to see, okay, well, do I even offer attic insulation? It might be that you don't. So maybe we just want to just get rid of it, because maybe you don't use that. Do you do chimney sweep? You probably don't. So let's go ahead and get rid of that as well. But maybe you do offer metal roofing. Now you got to ask yourself, do you even have the keyword metal roofing on your website? Because you want to show up for those keywords. In order for you to do that, you want to create a dedicated page for that specific keyword. If not, it's going to be really difficult for you to show up. So then you're going to, if you do have, let's say, for example, a page that is about metal roofing and that's all it talks about, then you just click yes. And so now you're going to see which keywords you should prioritize based on these filters. And it's going to also tell you, you're going to want to decide if it's something that you even do. And if you do it, then you probably want to add it on your website. So hopefully this was useful to you guys, to see the keyword research and how it's not just a matter of putting the keywords that you feel are important, the keywords that you think you should show up for. You have to look at this based on the data that is given to us from these tools like SEM Rush and Google Keyword Planner, because if you start putting keywords that nobody's searching for, then you're not going to get any business. If you put in keywords that are too difficult to rank for, Like let's say for example, this one's 90 keyword difficulty. You should still have it on there, but don't expect to show up right away. It's going to take more work for you to show up. And in other videos, I'll show you exactly what it is that needs to happen so that you can show up for very difficult keywords like roofing. But in the meantime, you probably want to look at the keywords that are probably going to be the easiest for you to show up for. So like this would be a great keyword for you to have on your website if you offer it, emergency roof repair, because the keyword difficulty is low and there's plenty of searches, and maybe there's like a high value to that. Maybe it's like a 7, because if it's an emergency, you're probably going to be able to charge more. So now you're going to be able to capitalize on that more. So you have to take all of these things into consideration. If you had unlimited money, unlimited resources, and unlimited time, you would want to show up for all of these keywords. But the reality is that we don't have unlimited time, energy, and money. And so we have to do an analysis and prioritize the keywords that are going to be best for you in your specific market. I hope you found this very useful. If you guys have additional questions, please call us. Our number is below. You can visit our website, creativeroofingmarketing.com. Thank you very much. Hope you have a wonderful day.